That evening, Mary sat in the back of her car, tired and hungry. But as the car turned into her street and stopped in front of her black iron gate, Mary's eyes fell on someone. A dirty little boy, maybe 10 or 11 years old. He sat by the wall, staring at nothing. The driver frowned. "Madam, should I chase him out?" She didn't answer immediately. Something about the boy felt different. "No," she finally said. "Don't chase him." She stepped out of the car, walked to the gate, and gently said, "You, are you hungry?" The boy nodded slowly. "Bring him inside," Mary told the gateman. "Let him eat first." She didn't know why she did it, but something in her heart wouldn't let her walk away. Inside the house, she gave him food, fruit, then meat pie in a takeaway pack. The boy didn't speak much. He just kept looking at her. Not her clothes, not her gold necklace, just her. That boy? His name was Jayden Obiora, and he was not a beggar. He was the only son of Chief Maxwell, one of the richest men in all of Lagos. Tall buildings, big hotels, oil companies. His father owned them. But Chief Maxwell had one problem. He had no wife and no peace. Since Jayden's mother died, the chief became a hard man, always working, always alone. Jayden once asked him, "Daddy, don't you want love again?" The chief laughed bitterly. "I don't know who loves me, Jayden. They only see my money." Jayden thought about those words for weeks. Then one night, while staring out his window at the streets below, he made a brave decision. "I will find Daddy a real wife, a good woman, not a fake one." He took old clothes, left a note for the cook, and vanished into the city. The street was hard. People kicked him. Some poured water on him. One woman slapped him just for leaning on her kiosk wall. "Dirty thing, comet from here. God punish all you street rats." Jayden slept near gutters, ate cold bread, bathed with water from leaking pipes. But every night, he remembered why he was there. He watched people closely. He wanted to see how they treated the poor when nobody was watching. But what broke his heart the most was how the rich people acted. They sped past in cars, laughed loud in their compounds. Some even threw things at him. He almost gave up. Maybe there's no kind rich woman in Lagos, he thought. Then, one afternoon, he walked past a quiet street. High fence, flower garden, big black gate, and something told him to stop. He sat near the gate. Didn't expect anything, just wanted to rest until her car stopped and her eyes met his. Mary was not the richest woman in the city, but she was comfortable. She lived alone in her father's house after he passed. She worked as a project lead in one of Lagos's top building firms. Respected, organized, quiet. But under all that, she was tired. Tired of fake friendships, tired of men who only saw her body, not her soul, tired of people who used each other for gain. So she poured her heart into work. And after work, she just wanted peace. But when she saw the boy outside her gate, she couldn't walk past. She couldn't explain it. She just knew this boy needed someone. From that day on, Jayden came by every evening. Mary would ask him simple questions. "Did you eat today? Do you go to school? Where are your parents?" Jayden never gave full answers, just small ones. He was still scared. Jayden was seeing the kind heart he had been searching for. But now he had a new problem. How could he tell her the truth? Jayden sat in Mary's kitchen one night, watching her clean up after dinner. He wanted to say, "My name is Jayden Maxwell. My father is one of the state's richest men, and I think you're the woman who can change his life." But his lips refused to move. What if she got angry? What if she stopped letting him in? What if... She laughed. He shook the thought off and bit his lip. But before he could say anything, Mary's phone rang. She answered. Her face changed. She dropped the phone after the call and quietly sat down. Jayden looked at her. "Auntie, are you okay?" She forced a smile. "I'm fine, my dear. Just adult problems." Jayden knew that tone. That was the sound of hidden pain. That night, Jayden followed the house help's conversation. He heard one name, James, a man, rich, powerful, arrogant. The story was hard to believe, but true. James had once done business with Mary's late father. Big land deal, millions involved, but before her father could repay the final part, he died suddenly. And now, James was back, threatening, smiling with evil in his teeth. "Pay me back," he told Mary, "or marry me." He already sent lawyers to court. Jayden's heart was burning. This can't happen. Not to her. Not to the only kind heart I've found. But what could a small homeless boy do? He was just a child. She didn't even know who he really was. Yet, he knew one thing now. He had to act fast, before James took everything, before Mary gave in, before it was too late. Around 6:30 that evening, Mary sat quietly on the couch, her dinner untouched. The wind was calm, but something felt heavy in the air. Suddenly, two loud, flashy luxury cars entered her compound. Then a sharp voice cut through the peace. "Mary, where are you? Tomorrow is the final day. Either you become my wife, or become homeless. It was James, wearing gold chains, dark glasses, and a proud smirk. Mary ran outside in shock. Tears filled her eyes as she whispered, "Please don't do this." But James only laughed and shouted louder, "So that the whole street will hear." Jayden stood behind the kitchen window peeping. His heart beat fast, but not just because of Mary. He knew that face. That face had been haunting him for months. James was the same man he had seen that terrible night, the night he ran from home. He gasped, "It's him?" Jayden quickly ducked so James wouldn't recognize him. James waved his hand arrogantly. "I'll be back in the morning." "Be ready." He got into his car and drove off with his guards. Jayden clenched his fist. "Tomorrow, everything will change," he whispered to himself. The truth must come out. That same night, in his big mansion, Chief Maxwell received a strange call. "Sir, we found your son." "Where?" "He's been seen entering a woman's compound in Ikoyi every evening." "Are you sure it's him?" "Yes, sir. We tracked him. Get the police ready. We move at sunrise." Chief Maxwell couldn't sleep. His only son, missing for weeks, finally found. He prayed nothing had happened to him. Morning came fast. Mary wore a simple dress. Her eyes were swollen from crying. She knew what day it was. James's cars came in again, this time with more men. He stepped out, holding court like a king. "Mary, last chance. Marry me or get out of this house." Mary tried to speak, but no words came. Suddenly, a calm voice came from behind them. Jayden walked in. James turned slowly. His face dropped. "You again?" Jayden looked straight into his eyes. "I told you, I know who you are." James laughed bitterly. "You think you can stop me? I'll kill you here and no one will know." He snapped his fingers. His guards moved toward Jayden, but before they could touch him, sirens filled the air. The entire compound shook as police vans blocked the gate. 2 black luxury cars with presidential escort followed behind. James froze. The guards paused. The car doors opened, and Chief Maxwell stepped out. Mary gasped. "My boss!" Jayden shouted. "Dad!" Everyone went silent. Even the wind seemed to stop. Jayden ran and hugged his father. Tears rolled freely. The guards immediately let go of Jayden. Then, in front of everyone, Jayden brought out his phone. He connected it to the TV on the wall. A video began to play. The whole compound watched the video. James, with a gun, in a back street, a man begging him. A shot fired. The man fell. Jayden's young voice in the background. "Stop! I saw you!" James turned in the video and ran off into the darkness. People gasped. "This is the man I saw the night I left home," Jayden said. "I tried to stop him, but he escaped." Police officers didn't wait. They handcuffed James and his guards on the spot. He tried to shout, "Do you know who I am?" But no one listened anymore. They dragged him away. Justice had come. As silence fell again, Jayden turned to Mary. He walked slowly, then bent on one knee. Everyone stared. His father watched in surprise, and Jayden said with full heart, "Mary, you were kind to me when I had nothing. You gave me food. You gave me love. You didn't care about money, titles, or name. I came out here to find a wife for my father, but I found more than that. I found the mother I never had, the heart my father needs. So now, will you marry my dad?" Mary's lips trembled. She looked at Chief Obiora. He walked forward, removed his cap, and said softly, "Mary, I've been watching you in the office. I never had the courage to speak. But if my son sees what I refuse to see, then maybe it's time I ask too. Will you be our family?" Tears streamed down Mary's face. She knelt too and nodded. "Yes, I will." The crowd clapped. The guards lowered their heads. Even the wind seemed to pause to honor that moment. Because kindness won, love won, truth won. And in that moment, something beautiful became clear. Kindness is never wasted, even when no one sees. The truth will always rise, no matter how long it hides. Don't judge by appearance. Real wealth lives in the heart. And sometimes, a child sees what even kings forget to look for. If this story touched you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We've got more stories that will warm your heart, open your eyes, and even change how you see the world. Don't miss next story. See you there.